Hey everybody, how's it? Happy Aloha Friday. We are headed across the island. I'm on my way to work, so this will be kind of a day in the life of using FSD and how it really works video. As you can see, we have the holiday update here. Let's get going with Grok navigation. Take me over to that park in Kailua.
Sure. Kailua District Park is about 9 miles away and open till 10. Heading there now.
Awesome, let's
Back.
go. Start self-driving.
Got it. Navigating to Kailua District Park is at about 15 miles, 31 minutes. We're on our way.
Go ahead and start self-driving.
Navigation to Kailua District Park is set. Self-driving engaged, about 31 minutes away. Sit back and relax.
All right, cool. Thanks. Go away. All right, so as you can see there, I know it's not supported that it just will start self-driving on its own, but I think it's interesting that it's saying things like, sit back, relax, we're on our way, and, start self-driving, it'll say like self-driving engage when it's not. So I don't know, I hope that'll be cool if in the future there's some way, maybe through the cameras, it can see that you're attentive. And maybe in unsupervised, it just doesn't even matter, but you just tell it, like, let's go here, and Grok starts that navigation automatically, and the car drives away. Kind of similarly, I think it would be cool if you were coming up in a parking lot and you could be able to say, like, park behind that black truck, or park far away from the door. That would be really awesome to see. Just total control of the car with your voice using Grok. We've had quite a bit of rain on Oahu this past week. Tornado warning today on one of the other islands. Flood watches, the whole nine. So maybe we'll get some rain as we move Malka. So let's take a look here at the release notes for the holiday update. Lots of good stuff. So we just saw Grok with navigation commands. It says beta, but it works awesome. I told it the other day, hey, find me a vegan pizza restaurant over in the Ward area. And it took me to the exact restaurant the first time. I didn't have to tweak it, nothing. Super good. It's also really good at like changing the trip on the fly while you're driving. And I know now, like, the attention awareness has been relaxed, but it's just so much better to be able to hold down that button and tell Grok to do it. Add this, put this before that, switch your stops around. So much easier. I would like to see maybe a better way of triggering Grok, either by just saying, hey, Grok, or something like that. Right now, they could probably just switch, instead of pressing once for voice control and holding for Grok, maybe they could switch those so that it's press once for Grok and hold for voice command. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, for me, like, voice command isn't very good. It's not really good at discerning what I'm saying, and the capabilities of it are not very useful. I mean, some of them are, but it's pretty limited. So I would rather, like, let's just go all in on Grok. Let's continue. Like, you can navigate, so he should be able to, like, control the temperature in the car and all that stuff. Maybe I say turn off the windshield wipers, simple things like that. That'd be really cool to see. So Grok with navigation commands, it's awesome. Tesla photo booth. Okay, that's great. It's maybe your kids will have fun with it. Something entertaining to do while charging. Enough said on that. Dog mode live activity on iOS. I love to see this. I don't have a dog, but I have a cat, and we take our cat quite a few places with us. It would be awesome to be able to see him chilling in his carrier, or looking out the window, just knowing that he's good to go. Cats aren't necessarily as good with just being out as dogs are, and we take our cat a lot of places, but it's just reassuring to know like he's all right. I can see him in the live activity and so forth. So I really like that. Huge fan. Dashcam viewer update. So here you can see dashcam clips now include additional details such as speed, steering wheel angle, and self-driving state. You can also add that you can see whether you're pressing the accelerator or the brake. You can also see what gear is engaged, drive, reverse, neutral, your speed, turn signals, all of that. You can also see that information not just in the viewer on the car, but if you go into your phone, they've actually added a new tab all the way at the bottom for viewing your dash cam. And if you're on iOS, you can see all of that data embedded in the video right there. And hopefully they'll be bringing that to Android soon. So that's really great for insurance purposes, or even just like sharing videos with your friends of things that's happened on the road. Yeah, really cool. I think that's great to have. And Santa mode. Santa mode's awesome. Helps get me in the holiday mood and keep me cheerful. I'll say that I love that they've added a lot more snow to it, and you can see with the reindeer, their legs are actually moving as the cars are driving, and their legs move proportionally to how fast the cars are going. Um, that's just cool. That's just fun. I wish our reindeer legs were moving though. I know people are kind of on the fence about Optimus Santa. You know, I don't know. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. Maybe it would have been funny if they strapped a white beard on him or something. But yeah, Santa mode's cool. Kind of on that, they have the snowman and the Christmas tree next to the car when it's parked, and you just have that view of the visualization of the car on the screen. Maybe an update or two ago, they added charger visualization. So when you're plugged in, you can see the type of charger next to you, a supercharger or the mobile connector, or third-party charger even has one, just like a generic third-party charger one. I think that's cool. It's like a little scene right around your car. Really liking what they're doing with that. Light show. We got a new light show. Yeah, I think they do one or two every year. So that's really cool, fun to play with. And another really high up there for me that I'm excited and looking forward to, almost up there with Grok, is the paint shop. I think it's so cool. We can customize our license plates, not only just the characters on there, but also the color of the characters, the background of the actual license plate. You can upload your own. So like you can upload the actual picture of your state background if you want, or you can just put fun photos back there, fun patterns, anything. And same thing for the wrap of the car. You just download the template. You got to make sure the image that you export is a PNG file. It's a 1x1 square, and it's less than 1 megabyte. Throw it on the USB drive, and you have your custom wrap. I made one for my wife that's Hello Kitty. She loves it. Super fun. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm thinking about making some. So if you guys have any ideas of wraps that you would like to have for your car, let me know. Throw it in the comments. I'm going to be traveling coming up, and I'll have a lot of spare time with that. So let me know what you would like, and maybe I can make it for you. And I'll put a link in the description when that happens. But super cool that we can have pretty much ultimate customization with the digital wrap and license plate of the car. Navigation improvements. Navigation is one of my top 2 gripes with FSD, if not the very top one. They've basically made it now where you can reorder your favorites. It's not just chronological of when you put it in, oldest favorites to newest favorites. Now you can move them around. And with that, when you're driving, you can actually see your favorites as little pins with a star in it as you're driving around on the nav side of the screen. Additionally, on the nav side of the screen where it says search for your destination or whatever, like this, you'll see your recent locations. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, especially with just being able to tell Grok where I want to go. Like, do I really need my recent locations right there on the front so everyone in the car can see it? Also, it just kind of clutters it up a little bit. They've moved the home and work tab to, instead of saying home and work, it just has those little glyphs of a house and a briefcase. That's cool. Yeah, fine with that. It's just, I don't know that I need the top 3 locations underneath there. But maybe that's just a personal preference thing. Automatic HOV lane routing, super awesome. I'm all for auto everything when it works. Rip windshield wipers. But yeah, I guess the cameras are able to detect how many people are in your car, and based on the passenger count, like if it's 2 or more or 3 or more required for the lane, road restrictions, if it's time based, I suppose using navigation data is how it's going to figure that out. Since it can't read signs, it'll put you in the HOV lane, and you can put it on auto or always or never. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Let's see, navigation. Yeah, so yes, your route always takes the HOV lane. No, your route will never take the HOV lane. And then auto, it just determines by how many people are in the car. So yeah, super cool. Nice to have. Supercharger site maps. Saw a list of them, and it seems like most of them are in California currently. So I can't really test that out here in Hawaii. But I think that's great. You see a 3D view of the charger when you type or when you tap view site map, and it'll give you some information of the cars parked there and everything. So again, nice to have. This one's super cool. Phone left on your wireless charger. I have went ahead and turned off the wireless charging feature because it overheats my phone. I know a lot of us have experienced that. But this function still works even with the wireless charging off. So when you leave your phone in there, you get out, it's going to put up this screen on the display, this white screen on the display, and the car will also beep to let you know that you left your phone behind. I don't know that we need the screen that kind of makes it obvious to everyone in the area, like, or if someone's walking by just as you're leaving, that, hey, if they know that what that screen means, they can just jump in your car and drive away, theoretically. So I don't know about having the screen up, but the little beep is awesome. That definitely lets you know, hey, you need to go back for your phone, since your phone is your phone key. Yeah, love it. Saving your charge limit by location, awesome. You know, we've had that for home for quite some time, but being able to do that everywhere is really good, because maybe certain chargers are more expensive than others and you only want to charge up to a certain amount. Maybe, you know, when you're at superchargers, you want to charge up to 100 because you're only charging on road trips to 100 at superchargers. But when you're at home, you only want 60, 70, 80% tops. So that's great. Love it. Docking simulator, cool. If you play games on the Tesla, again, that's kind of there with photo booths, but a little bit better. It's entertaining, something cool to do while you're charging or just trying to kill some time. I know with my job, I'm mobile a lot, and it's a lot of hurry up and wait. So it's cool to just kind of be in here. I call it my mobile office. I have everything I need, and sometimes there's just extra time. So instead of throwing on YouTube, I could just go ahead and dock to the ISS. Pretty cool. And then we have our FSD release notes, which I believe are unchanged from the most recent updates. So a super full update full of lots of great stuff. I do want to talk about FSD just a little bit. There's no documented changes to it, right? But a couple things I've noticed. One, when we went from 14.1 to 14.2, at first I was like, great, they dialed back the speed profiles, but using it over an extended period of time, they've dialed it back too much. I'm basically rolling around in Mad Max all the time. Unless I'm in an area where I need to go exactly the speed limit, I'm in Mad Max all the time. And actually, like here, I feel like Mad Max is a pretty local driver. It's pretty local. I don't think it should be, because it's Mad Max, right? Mad Max should be like in a rush, borderline too much. I think standard should be a local driver. And what I mean by local driver in the context of the Mad Max we have now is that when I'm in a neighborhood, Mad Max is only going about 3 or 4 miles over the speed limit. And, that's like the cap of what I would feel comfortable with doing over the speed limit. And it feels good, but to me, that's not Mad Max. Mad Max is like, 10 over. Should you be doing 10 over in a neighborhood? No, you shouldn't. But to me, Mad Max is just a mode that's reserved for like specific circumstances of, hey, I'm on the highway, I need to like weave around this traffic, or I'm in a rush and I need to weave around this traffic real quick, and then once I get around it, I flip it back down, type of deal. I don't think it should be. Mad Max should be extreme enough to where you're not just able to sit in it and be comfortable 24/7. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, the speed profiles have been dialed back significantly, a little too much, and I don't know. It just makes me wonder. Like, same thing with the wipers. Like, how is it that we've gone this whole way? I've been messing with the screen, everything, no nag. I've been reading. I've been talking to you guys. I have done zero input as far as driving. But then the car doesn't really know how to use its wipers reliably. And also, the car doesn't know how to, for example, change lanes naturally. Like, I don't know. It's weird. You would think that would be something that would be an easy fix. Same thing with the profiles. Like, why is it so hard? Like, we said it was too fast, right? So rather than dialing it back by 80%, just dial it back by 10%. Get feedback. Too much. 10%. Too much. 10%. Oh, okay, that's better. 10%. All right, cool. Let's leave it there. Like, just go little by little, or maybe 20% at a time. But like, they really, really dialed it back too much. And I don't know if that has bled over to lane change or not, but that is my second observation with FSD. I don't know exactly when this started happening. I think it was with the holiday update, or potentially the one right before the holiday update. But yeah, lane changes have just been bad, guys. They've been bad. Like, it's to the point where not only will the blinker be on, but for like 20, 30 clicks, the blinker will be on and the car will go, whoop, nope, whoop, nope, like 4, 5 times. And there will be no one behind us, completely clear. So I liken the amount of hesitation that I have seen in this version to change lanes, especially on the highway, but really everywhere in all conditions. It's just as bad as the brake stabbing. Maybe less dangerous than the brake stabbing, because if you're brake stabbing, that can lead to a low speed accident at a 4-way stop, or maybe it got you stuck in an intersection or something. Excuse me. But yeah, the lane changing, it's just awkward every time. It's disappointing. Like, I said it many times before and I'll say it again. You shouldn't be throwing your turn signal on and then looking for somewhere to change lanes. You should have it like when we went to V14, right? There was this kind of consensus that with V13 and before, it was like you would turn on, you would have to wait for FSD to like be available, and then you could turn it on. Versus with V14, it's like boom, it's right there. It's always running in the background, and then whenever you're ready, you press it and it instantly just starts driving away. It doesn't have to think. It's because it's always running. It's always ready. As soon as you press that blue button, boom, you're off, right? Same thing with lane changes. You should also, I think the car should always be looking for lane changes, especially in Mad Max. Not necessarily acting on them, but just knowing like where are the routes that I can go. And that would boost safety too, right? Because if somebody's pinching me on this side, I need to know where the escape route is immediately. I don't have time to think. Or if they slam on their brakes and I'm going to hit them, it would be useful to know that, hey, I have space over to my right, I can get over. But just for everyday driving, I just don't want to be embarrassed, like, find your spot that you're going to change lanes. Once it's cool to go ahead and throw on your turn signal, blink, 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 move into the spot. 3 to 5 blinks max, and you're moving over at a reasonable pace. As it stands currently, it's like throwing its blinker on, and then, in my opinion, in Hawaii, like these dotted lines with solid lines on the other side, they are used way too much. And there's times where you'll be on the highway and there's on one side dotted, the other side solid for half a mile before your exit. You can't even see the exit, and the line is solid on one side. And we can get over because we're on the dotted side, but FSD is only registering that solid line. So when that happens, it's trying to change lanes, and then it's waiting so long, it's so cautious. By the time we can change lanes, the line is dotted and solid, but now it thinks that the line is just solid, and so it doesn't get over. And I've actually missed exits that way. So as I say that, of course, we had a great lane change right there. So good job, Miso. But yeah, great job avoiding that pothole too. Yeah, so really, really great stuff overall, but lane changing and speed profiles still stand to be a problem. What have you guys noticed in these updates? It's been rapid fire. I know got some viewers in other countries that maybe have FSD or maybe don't. Or maybe you're in Germany and you've gone on a ride. If you're on other islands, how's FSD perform there? I would love, love, love to get over to Maui and do a Road to Hana video, or drive up to Haleakala, see how the car does there. Ooh, big pothole. Car definitely should have avoided that. Yeah, that would be super cool. Let me know what your experience has been with FSD. But we are coming up on our destination here. And unfortunately for me, that means I have to go to work. But yeah, I'm really appreciative of all of you who are watching. If you like the discussion, you like seeing Hawaii as we drive around, you like the style of these videos, anything, please do drop me a like and let me know. That kind of steers the content and helps me better adapt to what you want to see. We've made several changes already. I've done videos that have been requested by viewers. The one recently was Halikoa Drive that we did. That was requested by a subscriber. So yeah, I'd love to do that stuff. If you have recommendations, go ahead and drop them in the comments. If you're new here and you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. I hope you'll go ahead and subscribe, but if not, all good. Yeah. Overall, great updates to FSD for the holidays. Look at those reindeer. Their little legs just going and moving. So funny. And it's actually, if you look at it, you know, in the other one, the legs would just move kind of straight. This one, they actually have knees, which sounds crazy, but like their knees do move. And you know, the lights are decorated with bows and stars. The stop signs and speed limit signs are decorated with ribbon and bows. So I love it. We got to find a little joy in this world. This will be my last video here in Hawaii for a while. Definitely through to the new year. Potentially might make some videos in Florida, possibly in California as we travel this holiday season. So if there's anywhere in the Central Florida area or the LA area that you guys are interested in or you know of, let me know on that too. So as we come up to our destination, we've got parking lot selected. Should drive us in, find a nice parking space. I gotta tell you guys, FSD, although I do have my complaints with navigation and with lane changing and speed profiles and all that, like, what a time to be alive. This car, we've been driving for what, like over 30 minutes, and this car has done every bit of it. Safely, smoothly, unbelievable. And now we're to the point where it's actually buying some of my time back. Maybe only a few seconds at a time, but with the attention awareness relaxing, it allows me to shoot a quick text, do what I need to do, let somebody know, hey, I'm driving, I'll get back to you later, send a voice note, whatever the case may be. So I'm here for it. I am so excited. Elon has said in January there should be a mind-blowing update to FSD that's going to completely change everything. So I'm interested. Let's see, is that going to be the update where we really get that feeling of sentience? And we can't go in any of these because they're one-ways. This is a school. That is not where I'm going. And FSD, as I'm sitting here praising it, yeah, so that's going to be an intervention. But as soon as I'm sitting here praising it, FSD, of course, makes a little bit of a mistake. But hey, you know what? We got here. Yeah. This guy's flashing his lights to let us go, so I'm going to push us through. And that's kind of what I would do just on a real drive, right? So got an intervention there. It tried to go into a school and then the wrong way on a one way, and you know that just boils down to, again, do you need to read signs? You know, I think you do. How hard can it be? It's like the wipers and the speed profiles. Like, why are we that? I don't know. I don't want to complain too much because, like I said, I am just over the moon with FSD. I love it. I'm a huge supporter. I use it all the time. Let's see, what are my stats? 98% self-driving since 14.2. So total miles driven 801, self-driving miles 787. So like no kidding, I'm telling you guys, I barely drive anymore, and I know so many of you guys barely drive anymore. Um, so yeah, if somebody's out there and they're doubting self-driving and what it's capable of, share this video with them. You know, take a look. My feet have not touched the pedals except for that one time back there where we had the intervention and I pushed it through. But it is capable and rapidly improving. So we're coming up. We're going to go for a second time here, see if we can get to our destination. And this is actually a good example. We're in a neighborhood, speed limit's 25, it's registering 25, but we're going 19 in Mad Max mode. Like, does that seem right to you? I don't think so. I'm not mad about going 19 in a neighborhood. It does feel, on the slower side, but I'm in a neighborhood. I'm just chilling, I don't know, like, maybe that's a sign Mad Max is getting more context aware. I don't know, but it's trying to make a left turn here. That is not the direction I want to go, so I'll go ahead and end the video here. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you have a great, safe holiday season and a happy new year. Aloha, guys.